Hey, what's up again, guys? So, it's kind of hard to say this, but I think we're going to move away from the famous hardcore mode skin here from now on. I've been looking around, as I think everybody else does, at different skins that are available for the game. I love visiting places like the official forums. I also love looking at stuff like FM Scout, places like that. And there's one skin here that I think has really kind of caught my eye. So I'll let you take a look at this. You've probably seen this before, actually, if you're active on those forums. This is the Mustermann skin. This is the dark mode. I was looking at this in the so-called Statman skin, but this is the one that really kind of caught my eye and caught my attention. So it's much, much cleaner than what we were looking at before. We go look over here at Club Info. It's very, very well done. This is a nice shot here of Yenji Sports Center Stadium that I don't remember seeing in the other skin. It's got nice, large shots of players and stuff, official club store and stuff. This is very, very nicely done, nicely designed. And here are our trophies and stuff. This would make for great stuff when it comes to taking photos for things like blogs and for other posts and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty good stuff here. We'll take a quick look here at the squad screen. So as you can see, this does contain star ratings, and we'll have to decide what we do from there on. I'm afraid to say that the old hardcore way of playing might end up going away, but I do want to try this out a little bit. So you can see that there's no numerical listing of like what, say, Jubine's flare, technique, positioning, or whatever is. All we have are these little dots to make it a little bit difficult to tell exactly what the attributes are, which I kind of prefer because, I mean, attributes are attributes, man. I mean, whatever, like it's not the biggest thing in the world. It is important in terms of like how the game plays and how the game's designed and stuff, but we should focus, I think, a little bit less on the attribute alone, and we should care more about the player and what the player is about. I like this a lot because you have, this sort of pizza map here at the top that will tell you stuff about him. You can go into this. A lot of this is the same, but it's very nicely done. Like here's his training progress and stuff. We can see where he's at. Jubin actually was starting to fall apart a little bit. We should have played him probably a little bit more often. We can go over to the coach report, right? We're probably not going to really worry too much about like trying to hide the stars here or anything like that going forward. There's a good reason for that too when you see the next save that I'm going to be working on. Overall, though, I like this a lot. I like sort of the aesthetics of it. I like the way that it looks and the way that it feels. And let's see if we have anything else here that sort of stands out at all. I just like the color scheme, I think, is probably the big thing. The data hub looks a lot nicer. So there were some problems with the other one that I was using. And yeah, so this is fixed here. You may or may not have noticed this. I don't think I showed this on video. I did show it a lot, though, in screenshots that I took. With the last skin that I was using, this part here on the right was often screwed up and would have like things overlapping really strangely or whatever. That has been solved here. We're not having that problem here at all. Instead, we can sort of look at this at a glance and get a good idea of what it is that we're looking for. We go over to scouting, look at players that we haven't seen yet, and you can see that you have just a little bit of information about them, not necessarily everything. I'm sure that if I click here on the somewhere on the player, maybe I will get it, maybe I won't. Let's see here. Do I have, if I go over here to Scouting Center, there we go. Then they pop up. And yeah, you can see you do have your stars and all this stuff here on the sides, all the normal cheat stuff there and all that. But still, it's pretty nice. I am, for my next save, going to end up using this skin. I think that this is probably the right skin to use. I think that this will make the game interesting again. We're not going to call it hardcore mode. We'll have some other thing to call it by. But I think that this is the way that we want to play. This is nice. This is quiet. This is not, a totally in-your-face type skin. I like having these words here on the side so that I can remember where I'm going, right? Because I'm old, right? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm looking. This is nice here that we've looked at the club vision sort of in this way. This is a different type of approach. It makes it really easy for me to see what people are thinking and all that other good stuff. So anyway, let me know what you think, of course, in the comments. I'll put a link down in the comment in the description to this particular skin so that you can download it yourself if you haven't found it yet. This, of all the skins that I've seen, is the nicest looking by far, and I really, really like a lot of things here. I like the emphasis on statistics. I like the emphasis on figuring out a way to take some complex statistical ideas and present it to you in a way that's very, very simple. This is pretty cool. Progressor fullback as opposed to aggressor defender or spreader defender or anchor defender or whatever, which is cool. That will give you sort of a basic idea of like what your player's type is and stuff like that. I mean, this is really, really cool stuff. This I would consider up here to be much more useful than like this, the star rating and all that other stuff. And this should probably help me develop some good habits as I go along, continuing to manage in Football Manager. So there you have it. Let me know what you think. I think that for the next save, at least, we're going to go ahead and move forward with this particular skin. And that means that we'll do a little bit of small minor rebranding or whatever in the blog, which is perfectly fine because we just had or in the blog and the channel, which is fine because we just had 70 something videos with Yenbian. We're going to have all sorts of videos to come. There's a lot of content to make. So stick around, be part of the ride, and you'll have a good time. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later, and this is going to be, unfortunately, my last video with this Yenbian save file. Let me know, again, in the comments if you're interested in messing around with the file, if you think you can fix it or whatever. I am more than happy to give it to you. I won't charge anything. No need to be a patron or whatever. I'll just put it out on MediaFire if people are interested in it, and you can do whatever you want with it. There you have it. Talk to you later. Bye.